Scott Ellis. Started in 1994. I'm not very good with math. I think it's 18 or coming up on 19 years, something like that. My shop's called Triple Crown Tattoo Parlor in Austin, Texas. I attempt to do Japanese tattooing. I also attempt to do traditional American tattooing. But I don't know. I think somebody who's really good at traditional American tattooing would probably say that I don't do traditional American tattooing. Some of the guys I work with are much better than me at that kind of stuff. But I like to do a lot of Japanese stuff. I really enjoy the drawn out process of it. So that's definitely my favorite. But it's also fun to do small pieces as well. Stuff that you can get in and get it done.
Nice.
No, actually I like people that are intelligent and that are a little bit older, grown up. I'm 42. I enjoy tattooing people that are a little closer to my age, I guess I could say. People with interesting stories. I think for me the best part about tattooing day in and day out is the people that I get to work with. So I like to tattoo interesting people. My ideal client has a good idea, knows what they're wanting, but also gives you the concept, and then sort of turns you loose to do what you want to do with it. Man, I started tattooing in the States, but quickly went to Europe. I moved to Prague in 1995 and started tattooing over there. So. The guys that really I was looking at back then were Philip Liu and Bernie Luther and Tintin. There were some others, but those were the three big ones. I would say that probably has a lot to do with the fact that that my tattooing looks the way it does. I didn't have the same sort of I didn't really have the same icons that the guys that were tattooing here in the States did. So. Philip Liu was always the guy that I really looked at for Japanese, and so yeah, those were the three big ones I would say.
He's a good one.
I heard he's pretty good. He can do a decent tattoo.
Yeah, no
on a
doubt.
Good day. One artist I think should be getting more attention. Scott Ellis. No, Zach Nelligan that works with me. Zach is one of the he's just smoking good at traditional tattooing, man. He's so good, and he gets a fair amount of attention. I mean, whenever Zach goes somewhere, like he definitely draws people in. So there's so many, you know. I mean, there's so many good tattooers now. Raymond Wallace that works at A Million, my other shop. Dude, that guy is just, I mean, he's so good and such a nice guy, and you're not going to see anybody else anywhere, as far as I know, tattoo like him. His style is really 100% unique. Tattooing is no way for a man to make a living. That's it.
Take that.
Go to college. I mean, just look around. I mean, there's so many great artists. There's so much information. There's so many great books. Like I said, everywhere you go, there's just a pile of awesome tattooers. And in Austin, I mean, we've got the biggest pile here. So to me, that's the best thing that's happening in tattooing, because when you work somewhere where there's not good tattooing, you don't do good tattooing. When you work around a couple of really good people, your tattooing gets better. If you work around dozens of good people, your tattooing is going to grow really quickly, or you're going to quit. The cream's going to rise to the top, and you're either going to get pushed to get better, or you're going to go away. So you know, that's sort of the good and the bad of tattooing now. You know, the fact that so many good artists are involved, it's really good, and it makes it tougher. You know, I was kind of joking about, you know, telling young tattooers to quit or not to get into it, but you got to really be good now. You know, you've got to be really good. You've got to be good at everything. You've got to be good at promoting yourself. You got to be disciplined. You have to have a lot of artistic talent. You have to have a little bit of business sense. I mean, I can't tell you how many great tattooers there are out there that just don't make a living because they just can't do that stuff. And now there's people that, you know, that have stepped in that are not even the same league as they are art-wise, but are outperforming them in all those other aspects of tattooing. So it kind of sucks that you have to do that now. I mean, it used to be you just open the door, put a sign that says tattoo, and wait for the line to start rolling in. But it's not like that, especially not in Austin.
No.
Obviously, educating the public for their own benefit and their own safety. You know, I mean, people need to know the process of getting a tattoo, and you know, yeah, I mean, you know, Miami Ink and all the shows that followed it. I mean, that was it was a good little start. And I remember in the beginning saying like, okay, yeah, now people get a better idea of like kind of how the process works. But you know, and also people think that you can draw a back piece in 30 minutes while they go get coffee too. So, you know. Yeah, beyond that, I mean, you know, educating people about tattooing is, you know, it's going to be a benefit to us, to the tattooers. You know, you want your clients to be smart. You want them to know what they're doing. You get tired of running over the same advice day in and day out about how you can't put a Mayan calendar on the top of somebody's toe. So for me, it's, and I might get in trouble for this, but for me, it's finding really talented young guys or girls and teach them how to tattoo. Not a lot of young boys and girls, but you know, having an apprentice for me is a really big part of it. I learn a lot from teaching somebody, and I've had 3 apprentices in my career, and all 3 are like family members of mine now, and that's good to have that experience. So somebody was good enough to Jesse Gordon, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of a man that most people should know about. Yeah, somebody was nice enough to teach me, and I didn't have any business learning how to tattoo. You know, the only reason that I got taught was that I got lucky. So, you know, for me, that's really important. Also, I think it's cool about the tattoo community that when somebody gets in trouble, people come together and bail them out. There's the big fuck cancer benefit going on this weekend, and you know, that's just another example how we stick together. You know, I like to try to get involved in that kind of stuff.